Okay, guys. Hopefully that should be working. So just
No,
let me know
the
if
the
that is the
image the
case.
image has changed for me.
Oh, okay. God damn, Pete Dunne's shot from bottom of the roster to top five.
It actually has. Jeez, I didn't even realize.
Okay,
Wow.
I guess the archive's getting another two-parter because it takes way too. When I edited the backlash stream to remove
Uh,
the um the troubleshooting at the start, and it took like 24 hours to
oh,
process.
editing is hard. Editing is really
No, no,
hard.
no, no, no. The
Oh,
editing took like 5 minutes, but then
oh,
to process to like save the video and process it took like 24 hours. I'm not doing that every week.
fair enough. No, I don't blame you.
I'm just uploading it in two parts, and people have to deal with it.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by OBS. So yeah, Pete Dunne. The reason for his popularity. Um, the news broke last week as after SmackDown went off the air that Pete Dunne has signed a contract with SmackDown, which makes him the first English superstar to make to be signed to a not only to a contract but a permanent contract in MyGM, and it's become a matter of national pride to the point where Pete Dunne was invited to Buckingham Palace to have dinner with the Queen, and it made national news, and that's where this boost in popularity has come from.
Fair
He was
play.
on the news with the Queen, it made the front pages, and that's where
Jeez.
this has come from. He looked very pissed off about the whole thing.
Damn. Just rocks up there like, right, nobody there to greet me. Didn't get a fucking card here. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm fucking fed up of it. Where the fuck is this queen lass? She's got some fucking explaining to do. Just imagine him going on some absolute rant at the Queen. Scenes at the palace.
Scenes at the palace. Okay. Alright, let me have a look at this other card, To the Moon. Only usable on superstars with less than 60 popularity, plus 15 popularity to a superstar after their next match.
If Pete Dunne had less than 60 popularity, I would have probably just dived head first.
I
Oh,
would
wait a minute, wait a minute.
if he was, I would have, but he's
Oh my
not.
god, I've just realised something. Oh my god. Oh
What?
no. Oh no.
What?
There's some stacked people you could use that card on, you know.
I can use that on anyone from Trish onwards.
Yeah. I'm getting worried now. I'm panicking.
I think I know who I want to use it on,
Mm.
but I don't know if that will be relevant for this week, so I'm not going to do it now.
Fair. Did you purchase that To the Moon card, or did you get that as a reward?
No, it was my commissioner goal last
But
week,
that is probably the best. That might be one of the best commissioner goals you've had so far.
so we really need to pay attention to those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get into booking this week's show.
Uh,
Um, I'm just trying to figure out what to do. Okay, all right. Where are my notes? Here they are. I've done that. That gives me one. And neither of those are. I've got too many rivalries to manage.
Oh, it's a hard life. A hard life. I'm gonna feel
Uh,
mildly triggered if you whoop my ass this week now.
do you know what? I think I can't. Something I was going to do this week, I think just doesn't fit this week.
Mm.
Hmm. This is tough. This is
It
tough.
is.
Okay.
This mode is tougher than it looks. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's what I am going to do. Yes. Where does that leave me elsewhere? Oh, this is actually really tough. I've basically got an entire card written down, and I'm like, I don't actually think it works. Right, well, let's go. That. So that it's not completely dead whilst I'm trying to work this out, Majima, if you want to address the wonderful people in the audience. Unless my guy's disappeared. I got absolutely japed. Well, in that case, how are you guys doing? How are we all finding it this week? Could have. Yeah, I need to. I'm good, I think that's what you asked. That is what I asked. So the internet in my village and some surrounding ones went out, so I panicked and watched one of us. I have no idea what either of those are, but I hope you enjoyed it. How am I? I'm not too bad, thank you. Thank you for asking, guys. Well, Lily, actually, only Lily asked. Lily's the only one who cares, apparently. I feel so unappreciated. Um, does that leave me? I bought ice cream in case this internet came back on today. Go get it now. Quickly. Um, yeah, don't do that this week. I can afford to let that one. I didn't say that, Lily. Um, I can let. That one's going, that one's going. Someone's gonna have to miss out this week.
Yeah, I'm looking at this card already and I don't like it.
It's not final.
Fair.
I might still make changes because
Nothing wrong
the
with that.
fact is I have too many rivalries,
Mm,
so
mm,
some have to miss out. So actually,
mm.
I'll talk you through I'll talk you through my thought process here.
Okay.
I think Owens and Rollins can miss this week
Mm, mm,
because they're already level 3.
mm,
Um,
Yeah, fair. No, I see what you mean.
and they were on the show last week.
Mm,
So I think missing if they miss this week, there because my concern is I don't know at what point the game just decides to get rid of your rivalry.
mm.
So I
I
don't want
think
to
it's
leave.
quite random. I think it depends on.
So I don't want to leave it on the back burner too much. Whereas, say, for example, Liv Morgan versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair versus Bayley, neither of those actually got a spot last week.
That's true.
So
Mm.
I want to do something with both of those this week.
You know what? Honestly, I know I've had slightly the better of it past however many weeks, but like if this was actual wrestling, you would probably crush me every single week. Because you're
I don't
actually
know about
booking this
that.
like properly and realistically.
Um, I also need to do something with Roman and McIntyre, but I absolutely don't want them in a one-on-one match, and I don't think
Hmm.
2-on-2s does anything for them. So that means it has to be a promo.
Hmm. Uh,
Um,
so is that because you're worried about Is it because you're worried about ending that rivalry?
yeah, because they didn't have a thing last week, so I need something to
Mm, mm,
keep that one spinning.
mm. I mean,
But I don't.
mm.
But I want to keep them apart.
I think there is definitely an element of unpredictability about the rivalry.
Yeah,
I mean, because I had that rivalry going with. I think some of it made sense because like Mansoor and Styles, their rivalry ended at level 3. I think it's because Styles was the champion and he beat him twice in a row in 2 championship matches. Or I mean, one of them was a
well,
championship
well,
match.
well. I think it's the fact that he beat him in a big stipulation match at the pay per view.
Yeah, I think yeah.
And it had built up enough to where that could be the blow off match.
Mm, mm.
So really, what it comes down to is I need to do something with either Big E versus Orton or Storm versus Rose.
Yeah, because that's like good returns, but you're not putting a big rivalry at risk either.
But then I don't know where that leaves me.
What with the third match?
No, I don't know what to do. No,
Okay.
because the thing is, ideally, I was going to do Big E versus Orton in the main event
Mm,
with a stipulation.
mm.
However, there was a problem with that.
Yeah.
Randy Orton will almost certainly get injured.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a stipulation. I get again. It would maybe slightly depend on the stipulation, but even then, like, it's a big risk. It is a big risk.
Storm versus Rose, I cannot put in the main event. I don't think. I just don't think their popularity is enough.
Mm, mm.
It didn't work when I did Liv Morgan versus Raquel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Granted, Raquel had no popularity whatsoever, and there is a rivalry going here.
Mm, mm. That's the risk, isn't it?
Unless I do another run-in somewhere. Do I want 2 run-ins on this show? I feel like I feel like the game will be like there's too many run-ins, and it like ground the momentum to a halt. The game also wants me to do a tag match, but that just doesn't work this week.
Yeah, I mean, tag matches are hard because you need 4 people who aren't doing anything else, and ideally, you also want them to have like some element of like charisma or like something going with each other.
No, that's it.
Have I just been
No,
disappointed?
that's the answer.
What's the answer? What is it?
That's the answer.
The answer to all my prayers.
That way I have a tag team match. Triple H won't get mad at me.
I've ever. It's always a good motivator. Triple H won't kick my ass if I do this.
Oh, yes. Yes. And then I just have to make sure I keep him off the show next week. And we should be cooking. We should be cook.
Oh no! You've actually booked a really smart tag match as well.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Is there not also a risk that Randy Orton's going to get injured here as well?
Yes, but he's only just below the threshold, and it's a normal match.
Fair.
Which I did the same thing with McIntyre at the pay-per-view, and he was fine. So
Yeah.
it is a risk. I think there is still a risk that Orton gets injured, but it's a risk I'm willing to take on this occasion. So I think that means the only rivalry that misses out this week is Rose versus Storm, and they were on the card last week.
Although it has to be said, I think from the previous weeks, and I'm just saying this just for your benefit, like, because it annoyed me when it happened. I don't think the singles rivalries carry over into tag teams.
I don't think they do, but surely the game can't, like, completely throw me out on that.
I mean, I think it makes sense anyway. Like,
okay, put it this way. This can at least be an experiment into that, because if I lose the Orton Biggie rivalry, I'm still only at level 1 for some reason.
Yeah.
So that's not too big a deal. Rollins and Owens would be a shame, but I've just sort of come across that rivalry by accident. I didn't even mean for it to happen anyway.
I don't think. I mean, that is the only risk I would say, is it could erase the singles rivalry if they get into a tag rivalry.
I don't think it will. I think it allows one singles and one tag, and I'm happy to leave that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility too. That could definitely be the case.
Did I want to sign a free agent this week? There was someone on this list that I had my eye on, but they just don't mesh with my current roster, so I think I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Christ, look how many bruises I have.
I wouldn't want to end up walking to your locker room with people and stuff. Not gonna lie. I'd walk out looking like a fucking. I'd walk out looking like an absolute punching bag.
Okay, and you know what? I'm using To the Moon.
Okay.
On Bailey.
Mm-hmm. I thought that's what you were gonna do, and I'm now panicking. I'm shaking. I'm crying. God, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to me?
So that's a 68 grand show. I haven't hit the optional bonus on the Thunderdome. 8% to 6%. I'm going to downgrade to the Capital Wrestling Centre to save a little bit of cash. No, I'm staying with the Thunderdome. I said I'm going to win this week. I need to put everything into it. And that's going to, if that comes at the cost of a bit of my budget, so be it.
I'm sorry, it's the Dude Dome, brother. I wish you'd actually called it the Dude Dome.
So, Bailey versus Morgan. Promo. Dunn versus Cesaro. Promo. Tag team match. Oh, hang on. I've just noticed there's an option. Hang on. What does that do? Oh, that's pretty cool. If you've already booked the matches you want, but you want to change the order, you can just swap them.
Oh, cool.
That's a nice little thing there. Okay. Of that. This is going to be a long stream. We've been going for nearly an hour. I've only just booked SmackDown.
That's alright.
Over to Raw. Mia Yim. Hey, my contract at Raw is up at the end of the week. I'd be interested in staying, and the cost would be 18k. You can say thank you for your work, Mia, but I won't be renewing the contract. Sounds good, Mia. Or how about 12k? I don't think she's had a match.
Yeah, to be honest, she's not had a match and her popularity's not great, so I think I'm just going to say I won't be renewing that contract.
That's similar to the Raquel Gonzalez situation over
Yeah,
the brand.
yeah. A lesson I've learned the hard way.
Yeah. Thanks for your work, Mia, but I won't be renewing the contract. I understand. This will be my final week at Raw. Shelton Benjamin. Hey, my contract at Raw is up at the end of the week.
This is a bit more of a...
I'd be interested in staying, and the cost would be 21k. Or you could offer him 14.
So, not going to lie, this is a bit more of a tough one. Because he has the same name as me, so I feel a certain kinship with him. And I could make a lot of Big Bang jokes. On the negative side, that's 21k I could spend on basically anything else. And also, he hasn't had a match. But,
He has.
I know he has, yeah.
He was in one of the tag matches, not the disaster that happened last week.
No, it was the slightly less disaster that happened the other week. To be fair though, I feel like I could make it work with Shelton Benjamin, but I just don't know what I'm going to use him for soon. I mean, I don't have a face giant.
Do you want a second opinion on this one?
Oh yeah, no, I'd appreciate that.
Well, you're torn on it, and like you'd arguably be happy either way.
Oh yeah,
to keep him around
or
let him go.
I would think so.
And you're mainly not happy about the cost.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a case where you test the waters on offering a lower contract.
That's what I was thinking.
And then if it goes wrong, it's not like you've lost. I don't know, Mansoor.
Oh no!
Which sounds really weird to say, but in this universe, he's a major star. So
yeah. I would be crippled mentally and financially if I lost Mansoor, which is kind of mad. I never thought I'd say those words, but you know. I mean, Joe, I think I'll do that because I could always use another cruiserweight, a good men's cruiserweight. So I'll ask for 14k.
Okay, how about 14k? Not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. See you next week. Moderate decrease to Shelton Benjamin's morale. Okay.
Big increase to my morale. Let's fucking go. Bazinga.
Hey, man, I mean, he took it, so clearly he wanted to stay on Monday nights.
Yeah.
Asuka, hey boss, I have a proposition for you. How about you and I have ourselves a little partnership in the next few weeks? You have my back, and I'll have yours. Okay. Oh, I see where this is going. We haven't done this yet.
Okay, I don't know where this is going, but I'm interested. I'm interested.
The fans will love it. I'll love it. What else could you ask for? So how about it? Book me in a match and be in my corner.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's sick.
Your options are, you've got yourself a partnership, count me in, I'll book you in a match with me in your corner in the next 3 weeks. Or, as much as I love being out there with the fans, I don't think it's the right time to be picking sides. I'm an impartial general manager.
I've been simping for Asuka since day one, bro. Okay, I'll listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, I will just step in that what you will have to do here, because you can't book managers.
Yeah.
You will have to do a match with Asuka and book a GM interference, and it will upset her opponent.
I think I can afford that, though.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to take a risk. I'd like to do something a bit different, and I respect the fact that Asuka keeps speaking to me even after she's not been getting the rub of the green lately. Like, I have a lot of respect for that.
So, are you going to do it?
I'm going to do it.
You got yourself a partnership, count me in. I'll book you in a match with me in your corner in the next 3 weeks. So you have some time frame to work with this. You don't need to do it this week.
Okay.
Looking forward to it. Someone's not going to be happy, but it won't be us.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Alexa Bliss, hey boss, you've had me benched for a while, and I really want to get back in the ring. Don't you have room for me in a match on tonight's card?
Jeez, this is tough.
I don't think so, Alexa. Sure thing, I want you back in the spotlight, or how about cutting a promo instead?
Do you know what? I think Alexa Bliss deserves another chance, so I'll say sure thing, I want you back in the spotlight.
Okay then.
This has changed my plans quite a bit, but I'm not too unhappy about that because, to be honest, it's probably a good thing.
Thanks, I was starting to feel like a fifth wheel at Raw.
Did you fifth wheel? Oh, God. I feel kind of bad now.
We fifth wheeling boys.
We fifth wheeling boys. Bro, she's like the training wheel on our. It's terrible.
She's like that one annoying friend who turns up to the double date.
Oh God, with like flowers and chocolates and everything.
Oh my days. Do you want me to have a you wanted to look at your roster, so I'll let you do that first.
Yeah. Because to be honest, now that Alexa Bliss has said that could lead to me making some moves.
She's got maximum stamina, so like you have had her off the show for a few weeks now.
And you were right as well about the no, you were right about the tag team rivalries and singles rivalries. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so
whilst you have a look and you have a think, tell me when you want me to change screens, by the way.
Okay.
I want to talk about something that was in the old GM mode that isn't in this, and I do wish it was here. Is the ability to offer trades.
Oh yeah, that's again. I can pass on. I can like understand why. Just leave it on if you don't mind leaving it on there for a second. I'm going to update my rivalries because I've had quite a few new ones recently.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not like a deal breaker not having it. But for those, if in case anyone's not sure on what that is that I'm referring to there, if this was one of the old GM modes, then I could go up to my opponent, in this case Majima, and I could say, "Hey, look, I'm looking to shake things up a little bit, so I would like you to give me Alexa Bliss from your roster, and in exchange, I will give you Bianca Belair." And then the other general manager can go, "Yep, let's do that." In which case, it takes effect instantly. They could say no, and that's the end of it.
No!
Or he could turn around and be like, Bianca Belair doesn't really fit into my roster. However, if you were willing to offer me Sasha Banks, then I'd be willing to agree to that instead.
Yeah. Okay.
But you could exchange multiple. So I think you could have like up to 3 going in either direction. So that was at a time. So that was a cool feature. It would be cool to have it here. But like I said, it's not a deal breaker that they don't have it. But I thought I'd mention it.
I appreciate that. Do you mind just popping back to the top for me, just so I can fill in?
Way ahead of you, bro.
I'm way ahead of you, brother.
Damn. Lynch and Charlotte are your top 2 stars.
I mean, I feel like Charlotte has really elevated.
Her.
Charlotte has really elevated herself recently.
Do you know what she's done?
What?
She's politicked her way to the top.
I mean, she doesn't have the last name Flair for no reason. I mean that in a good way.
I can't believe it. I expected more from you, Majima.
Okay, well, come on. It's Charlotte Flair. I'm not just gonna be like, oh no, go away. I mean, come on.
I mean, at least the person who's politicked their way to the top is actually a pretty good wrestler.
Yes, don't worry. If Kevin Nash gets in that top 2, I promise you, I will dive headfirst out of my top floor. I mean, I'll actually do something less extreme, but I will I will punish myself for my failures as a human being.
I was like, where is Kevin Nash? And holy shit, he's in your top five.
He is. I mean, the man's popular. I mean,
Yeah, I suppose
I
he
guess his
is.
popularity was quite high to begin with, to be honest. Okay, so I think I've got a rough idea of what I want to book this week now. I think I've got a rough idea. So,
Did you want to look at the free agents or the
yes,
legends?
yes,
Or
yes, yes, please, yeah. No, I would like to.
SmackDown didn't make any signings this week, but you can't be making signings every week, right? Quite
Yeah,
sink for your cash.
even when you're as financially irresponsible as I am, that's still not that's not the best idea. Okay, so let me just get to the place where I've recorded all of my different fighters' attributes. Here we go.
Well, whilst Majma's sorting out the logistics and such and rosters for his show, what do you guys think of what you saw from what SmackDown's got planned? Do you think Raw has what it takes to put on a competitive show this week? I've learned not to underestimate Raw, even when it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to pull it out. They pick up another bit victory. So I'm being very careful. Being very careful here. I'm not going to underestimate my opponent. But I'm interested to see it from a viewer perspective.
The thing is, on the one hand, I don't really want to sign many more loan signings because A, it's not a sustainable model, and B, it just feels like I'm not building something really long term. Anyway, like I prefer to build something long term. But then looking at the
Okay.
permanent signings, I mean, can I just have a quick look at my roster again and then figure it out through? Because I've got the
Yeah.
names of I've got the names of the legends thinking of signing it, so I don't need to
Oh,
have a
okay.
look at
Fair
those
enough.
first. Yeah. Guys, you have a true friend when he'll put up with your bullshit, picky micromanaging on GM mode.
I mean, my GM is literally the entire game consists of micromanaging. You're literally playing the
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
I can't argue
fair
with
enough.
that.
It's a good point. It's not. It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a good. Okay, so I'm just thinking, who at the moment do I have?
So, Gudgeon, if I win this
Um,
week, does that mean I get your money?
You've got all my money. Now you see, there is a really tantalizing rivalry, and it's not, and it would work like on a level, it would definitely work, but it's also more because there's two things I could do here that would be really sick. So I think I've narrowed it down pretty much to actually I mean
No, Gudgeon, that's not how betting works.
that's not how betting works, brother.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Man, I went out of the car and they were closed. That's not how betting works, brother. Okay, so I think I've narrowed it down to two. And to be honest, these are both very salivating rivalries that I could create here.
Okay.
The difficulty is I just don't know which one I'd prefer to do, and I don't know which one makes more sense.
Is it like two rivalries, both involving one person?
No, it's
Like,
it's two
what's both?
rivalries that are just really well set up if I get these people in. But
Oh,
but both
okay.
of the people involved would already have rivalries, and they would.
Uh,
God, yeah. Oh, have I got any?
this is what you get for signing JBL and Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I deserve it. Can't argue with that. You said JB, and I was like, wait, and you said Kevin Nash, and I was like, can't argue with it. Can't argue with it. I'm probably going to re-sign him though. To be honest, there's a chance, depending on how much he asks
Oh
for.
no.
Do you know what? The thought of this is just too good to pass up. So
Okay.
I think I have to go. Oh God, though. Oh,
Is he making a signing?
I want to check the legends because it's definitely going to be a legend that I'm signing.
Oh, okay.
I just want to think about this for a minute.
Guys, am I crazy, or did Management say like not even 5 minutes ago that he definitely wasn't going to sign a legend? Oh,
Have you figured it out yet?
I mean,
It's probably not as it's probably not
no,
that obvious. Actually, it's really
but
not that obvious.
I think there's a few interesting examples here.
Oh god, this. Yeah, I'm going to sign him because I think it makes sense as a plan because his contract longer than the other person, and I
Right.
also just think like it's probably not. It's not as good as the other option, but it's just too. I'm a big fan of this man, so it's too good for me to pass up. So I'm going to sign Jake Roberts.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Interesting. You sure?
Yeah.
I'm gonna confirm it.
Paper, I know that you're not as much of a simp for the other brand as I am, but I think that you will pop once you figure out who I'm thinking of putting this man.
Hang on. I'm gonna have a quick look.
Yeah, have a quick look. I think you'll pop pretty hard once you figure out because I think this like in terms of story, this is set up couldn't be much better. Can we get a countdown clock in chat? Didn't didn't didn't.
I'm not certain, so I'm just gonna sit back and let this happen. See where you go with this.
Hmm.
Because I'm actually not sure what your plan is here, which makes it more interesting.
Okay, I like that. No, I like that. I like that. I like that. I partly signed it because this wrestler has another feud going on at the moment, which I'm very intent on seeing through. In fact, he's most likely going to be wrestling tonight. But just
I think I have an idea who it is, but I don't know.
I give you permission to guess.
Okay, alright. I think it's one of two people.
Okay.
And you don't even need to tell me if one of them is right. I'll just throw them out.
Yeah.
I want to say it's going to be one of Samoa Joe or Sheamus, and I'm not sure which one you're more likely to lean into.
Okay. Fair. I mean, you have just made me realize another option just by saying that. But no, fair. I mean,
if I Sheamus, I mean the Sheamus style does fit more.
Yeah.
I need to stop giving you ideas in case
you've already given me an idea. I'm gonna write it down before I forget it.
Fuck. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Was there any other signings you wanted to make?
I mean, there is another person I could sign, but he's not going to be. He wouldn't be on the roster as long. But then it could be really good. Like it could work out really well.
You're definitely a lot more willing to make signings than I am at this point.
I mean,
The thing is, I've been burned by a lot of my signings. Yours have been not too bad so far.
yeah, but I did sign Triton, Mia Yim, and Jody Garcia. Though, don't forget.
It's
Don't give me
but
too
you
much
also
credit.
you also signed the international sensation that is Monday Night Manny.
Mr. Monday Nights. I did. Joe, I'm tempted. Let me just check. Let me go back to the legends and just check the price again, and then I'll make a decision. Because otherwise, we will be here until like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm going to leave it for now. I don't think I want to spend anything else, to be honest.
Okay. What do you want to look at first? Logistics, power cards, or journal?
Journal, so I can see what my booking goal for is for this, or commissioner's goal is for this week.
Triple H says, ensure that Sheamus fights this week.
Oh yeah, that should be fine. Yep.
And you'll get free special effects booking.
I mean, it's not a great reward, but it's not exactly a terrible goal either. So yeah. I think that should be very doable.
And don't forget your 2 promises that you've made, one of which is to be done tonight.
Yeah. That's okay. Again, it changes my plans slightly, but I don't really have an issue with that. So I'm going to book the show now, I think. Actually, no, logistics first. Sorry, logistics.
Yep.
Remind me, did you end up going in the Thunderdome in the?
Yes, I did.
Well, I'm also going to go in the Thunderdome.
Fair enough.
I do like a good arena. That's the one thing I think that's quite big for me. I'd like to go in the Thunderdome, and then I'd like to check the other stipulations. I think I know what I'm going to do, but I'd just like to check them anyway.
No worries. You got the road crew, the backstage crew, or the gorilla crew.
I'd like to just go with road crew this week.
You got basic effect lights and effects, or basic lights, effects, and pyro.
I'll leave that for now on basic lights and effects, but I'll just want to check the advertisements first.
And you got local signs and flyer advertisements, or cameo appearances campaign.
I think I'd like to put the cameo appearances campaign, and then I'm happy with it being as it is, so to speak.
Okay.
That's fine. I'll book the match.
Okay. Tell me what we're doing this week, Chief.
So I'd like to book the main event first, actually.
Okay.
Now I want to book because I really like these two competitors. I think they've got a good thing going, and I'd like to continue it. I'd like to book Sheamus versus Nakamura.
Okay.
And I'd like to book that as. I'll leave it for now. I'm not gonna. I may end up booking a match type, but I will leave it for now because we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
I'm already scared.
That's exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I was hoping for. So, as the opener, I'd like to book a tag match. Actually, as the opener.
Okay.
And I want to book pretty much exactly the same match as last week, which is I have it written down here. Samoa Joe and Mansoor versus Kevin Nash and JBL.
Okay.
And that will be a tables match. Because let's be honest, it was so fucking epic last. We have to do it again.
Oh my god. I'll actually give you a match this time.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it wasn't intentional, but I appreciate that regardless.
Speaking of, I don't know if you see that last week's episode has gone up on the archive channel.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you saw.
Oh, good.
I don't know if you saw. Did you see what I titled it?
I didn't actually see what you titled it. No.
It's actually one of my favourite titles I've ever done. Considering it was considering the contents of that episode, I called it Table Terror.
Samoa Joe just looked at who was it he picked up? It was JBL, wasn't it?
It was JBL.
He just looked at JBL and was like, "I'm about to play some table tennis, boys." He says, "I'm going to hit an ace. There's no returns in this game of table tennis."
The title works so well because there's that moment, but there's also the fact that half the matches on the show were tables matches.
Oh yeah, no, it's true. It's a very good point.
So it flowed quite well.
Okay, so we're going to do I'm going to do my promos first. I'm just going to take a moment to think about what I want to do because I had some ideas.
If you want to take a moment, I'll talk for a little bit. Which
I'll take a moment.
I'm going to address the fact that I'm definitely going to need to look into all of the pay-per-views before we get to them. Because obviously at the last pay-per-view we had an extra match and promo each I luckily found out ahead of time. I've also seen someone do WrestleMania on MyGM. And at WrestleMania you get 5 matches and 4 promos.
Jesus wept.
So I need to see what it is. I need to see what it is for each card. So WrestleMania, when we get there, is going to be a big stream.
Right, you ain't good.
So
you ain't good.
It would definitely have to be one of those like weekend early start streams. But that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, I'm going to need to try and find a little bit of footage on Payback. Which is the next pay-per-view.
Okay.
24-hour stream. I would hope it's not that long.
Jeez.
although to be fair, 24-hour stream where we just like start a new save of MyGM would be kind of epic.
That would be kind of nuts. That would be kind of nuts. It'd be kind of sick. So
I can't do a 24-hour stream, guys. Don't worry, I'm not doing it.
well, Joe, I'll book the match first because I at least know who I need to book. So
Okay.
we've got Alexa Bliss wanted a match, right?
She did.
So I just want to see Alexa Bliss, and then I want you to go into the other spot just so I have an idea of doing it. So Alexa Bliss is
Oh my god, Jodie Garcia is a giant.
yeah, she's
What?
a giant, but the problem is she has 27 popularity.
Popularity, yeah.
No, do you know what? I have an idea of what I want to do. I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea.
You have an idea?
I'm gonna have Alexa Bliss face Asuka.
Oh. No.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. This
Okay.
will be a completely fair match. No funny business.
Yeah.
Nothing under the table. All above board.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll come
Am I
back to
turning
that.
on GM interference?
Not yet.
Okay. Should I save that?
We'll save that for now. We'll save that.
Okay.
Save that.
I do like that match though. That's a good
Yeah,
match.
I really like that match, and I'm kind of glad that they both came to me because that was what put the idea for that match in my head. Now this is going to be a bit difficult.
Damn, Majima, all these girls coming up and talking to you. How are you feeling?
Just imagine.
How do you feel about this incredibly unrealistic scenario?
Yeah, true.
I'm sorry. It was too tempting a joke to make.
It was there. Don't worry. Imagine. I just imagine like super simp scenario where Asuka knocks on my door like I have a message for the GM, and it's just me with like that meme of like tapping your fingers together like a message for me.
Me?
Me? Huh? To be honest, the promos I was the one bit of this show I had fully planned out, but now I'm struggling with what to do because I've just
That's funny because the exact same thing happened to me.
yeah. It's not even who's in what match. So can we just go into the promos and I can see who's available, and then I think I'll be able to figure it out from there.
So your options are Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, AJ Styles, Jake the Snake Roberts, Candice LeRae, Dana Brooke, Andre the Giant, Braun Strowman, Shelton Benjamin, Mia Yim, Triton, and Jodie Garcia.
Okay. This is a bit of a risk because he's not the greatest on the mic. Not terrible, but not the greatest. We're gonna have Strowman call out Mr. Monday Night.
Big Money Manny.
Big Money Manny.
Okay.
Saudi Money Mansoor, as some call them.
All right.
We're gonna give that a
Okay.
try. And the other promo is gonna be. There's two options here that I'm really thinking of. One of them is massive, is like quite obvious, but it makes a lot of sense. One of them is really obvious, it makes a lot of sense, and the other is a bit more like long-term booking, but it's not
Okay.
really going to help me that much in the immediate future.
Okay.
It's a tough one. I mean, it's a tough position. You really push me in a good way. You competition. This is a great example of competition increases quality, because I'm really having to think outside the box. I think for now we're going to just have Becky Lynch cut a promo on Charlotte.
I mean, that's not a bad option as far as promos go.
Oh, it's not. It would be a great promo.
I'll say that then.
No. We're gonna have Jake Roberts call out Sheamus. We're gonna have Jake
No.
Roberts. We're gonna actually. Anyway, good night, Gudgeon. Have a good night. But we need to take some more risks. I need to think
Here you
outside
go.
the box. And
So Jake Roberts to call out
yep,
Sheamus.
Jake Roberts to call out Sheamus.
Okay. All right. Fair play. Are there any changes you'd like to make?
Um, that's a good question. Have a quick look over it. I'm pretty much happy with all the matches, to be honest. Although to be fair, I think, Joe, the main event. Again, I have no concept. I have no concept of the value of money. We're gonna make that. Actually, we're gonna check the stamina first. I don't want to.
Sheamus is on 44.
Mm,
Nakamura is on 59. So
mm,
neither of them are at risk of injury this week,
yeah,
but you will definitely have to let Sheamus rest up after this.
that was my plan anyway. How much stamina is a TLC match?
High.
Okay. Okay. Gosh. You know what? No. I need to really push the boat out here, and I want to take more risks and not be so bored. The thing is, I could put them in an Extreme Rules match, and I know for a fact it will work. But Sheamus has just been in so many of those. I don't want to make it boring.
I respect that.
Do you know what? Is it cheating for me to ask the audience? I mean, I know this isn't like fucking Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but is that cheating? Is that considered bad sportsmanship?
We never set a rule against it. I don't see an issue with it.
Okay, Lily, can you give me your opinion on whether you would find another Sheamus boring? I want just an honest opinion.
The mic cut out a little bit. I'm assuming you said another Sheamus Extreme Rules
Yeah, I
match.
did. Yeah, yeah.
Wait for the audience vote of one.
We've asked. I mean, this has been a sparse Raw show this week. We have had literally. I mean, made for some great acoustics during the matches, but we've spoken to them over the Raw hotline. I can't think of a better name for the hotline. I'm very sorry. Uh,
Please think of another name because that was awful.
I know. I genuinely. We don't have like a mean gene. Do you know what I mean? Uh, okay, we'll make it Extreme Rules. We'll make it Extreme Rules.
Okay then.
And no interference. And this week there's going to be no interference in Asuka and Alexa Bliss's match, but keep an eye on that. Keep an eye.
Okay. All right. Would you like me to confirm the booking?
I would. I would.
Oh fuck! You're gonna win this week. I can't believe this.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I'm now gonna spend the rest of this. Now gonna spend the rest of the stream doing two things: praying that I don't get my ass handed to me, uh, and trying to think of a better name for the hotline.
Oh my god. Just putting the confirmation screen up for you, Majima. You can have a look over everything one last time just to make sure everything's in order.
Thank you.
And then once that's done, say we take a very short break.
Yes. I'm happy to say everything's in order for that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm happy to confirm that. And then
Brilliant. Okay. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna go and use the loop.
Okay. Very short break, guys. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, guys, we are back from that very short break. I'm going to confirm the booking. Let's get into this week's show. Starting off with women's division action as Bayley is taking on the new SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. Morgan competing for the first time since winning the championship from Sasha Banks at the Backlash pay-per-view in what was the upset of the evening. I think if Mansoor had won the WWE Championship, that may have topped it, but that didn't happen, so it was definitely the upset of the evening. Management, who's picking up the victory in this one against the top competitor in the form of Bayley?
That is a tough one. I've got a feeling Bayley will just come out on top in this one, but to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Liv Morgan was able to pick up the win.
It's too close to call for my colleague. Let's find out the result of this one.
1, 2, 3.
Bayley picks up a big victory against the champion, thanks in part due to an interference from the former champion Sasha Banks, who clocked Liv Morgan with a brutal chair shot to the skull, and that allowed Bayley to hit the finishing maneuver and pick up the victory. I'm concerned that got 2 stars.
Wait, she clocked her?
Yep,
Yeah.
Referee was distracted.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh god. Oh, that should have been the mid-card. I knew that should have been the mid-card match. Ugh. Well, I clearly didn't because I didn't do it. Okay, alright. We move. We're then addressed by the Universal Champion, your tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. He picks up that microphone and he said, "No matter how many times they put obstacles in front of me, I continue to knock them down with consummate ease. The list of dangerous foes I have conquered continues to grow, and Drew McIntyre was the latest name I added to that list. I made light work of the most informed competitor in WWE at Backlash. And last week, I picked up another easy victory in the main event of SmackDown against Randy Orton. And speaking of main events, I have issued a formal complaint to WWE management that I was not placed in the main event slot at Backlash because I am the head of the table. This is my company. And no one else is the main event. Only me. I am the real champion of this industry. And Vince McMahon better make sure I headline the show at Payback, or there will be consequences." I think we all need to take a moment to acknowledge your tribal chief and to acknowledge the fact that Drew McIntyre was so badly beaten at Backlash that he couldn't even make it to SmackDown last week. And Drew, a little friendly advice, keep it that way. Don't come back, because if you show up in my yard again, I will put you down for good. You will not have a career if you step in my path again. Get to the back of the line, stay there, stay off of my show, and stay out of my sight, or I will end you.
Strong words from the head of the table.
But is it going to get a good rating? It got a good rating. It got a good rating. Didn't get an excellent rating, but it got a good rating. And you know what? We take that.
We take those. We take those, don't we? We do take those. We do take those.
Okay, well, we're now heading into what should be an exciting match as SmackDown's newest superstar, Pete Dunne, takes on Cesaro in what is sure to be a hard-hitting contest. Pete Dunne making his first appearance on Friday nights.
Making his way to the ring from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
Well, Pete Dunne, he calls himself the Bruiserweight, and that nickname is very well earned. One of the most vicious, sadistic competitors I have ever seen compete in the squared circle, and he's going to bring that ruthlessness to SmackDown tonight against a superstar who is not afraid to throw out some vicious moves of his own in Cesaro. Two of the upcoming stars of the blue brand. Majima, who do you think is going to take the first steps on their way up the ladder and pick up a big win tonight?
I think, to be honest, Pete Dunne's sheer brutality, his absolute lack of holding back, is going to get him the win in this one. It's just going to push him over Cesaro. I think Pete Dunne knows how to scrap. He knows how to fight. He knows how to make someone suffer. And I think in that respect, he does have the edge over Cesaro. But these are two fabulous competitors, brilliant wrestlers. I think it's going to be a real close one.
Well, you know what? I can't really argue with the logic in that decision there.
And his opponent from Lucerne, Switzerland, weighing in at
But Cesaro
32 pounds,
might just be pound for pound the strongest man in WWE today. This man is not to be trifled with. Remember back at the very first Battle Royal at WrestleMania 30, this man not only eliminated the Big Show, but power slammed him over the ropes. That is not something that any man can do.
Indeed, I did hear that a certain old wrestler was pissed that he stole my spot, dude. It was a fantastic showing from Cesaro. I mean, he put on a masterclass night after night. He never comes out of this ring and gives anything less than his best, than 110%. And Pete Dunne had better know, no matter how brutal, no matter how tough he may think he is, he's not going to be able to coast through this one.
Brutal upcut there from Dunne taking down Cesaro in the early goings. Oh, a bit of a slip there from Dunne, not what he was looking for at all. They need to get back on his game.
Yeah, you see, it's about as brutal as we expected.
Oh.
They're just nailing each other. Really.
Early on, Pete Dunne early on going for a triangle hold. That can be a very brutal submission if Cesaro is not able to get out of it quickly. But there's the strength of Cesaro turning it into a power bomb.
Mm. And that was a great recovery by Cesaro too, because that is a unique move, that triangle hold. I mean, uniquely savage among other things. But it was met with an equally brutal response.
The strength of Cesaro there, just dumping Pete Dunne on the ground. And a nice crossbody there to follow it up. Oh my god, no! Referee, disqualify him! Pete Dunne just biting the fingers of Cesaro. That's not a legal maneuver.
Yep, and you know for a fact that Pete Dunne has done that time and time again, from the ring to the streets outside this arena. He'll do it to anyone who gets in his way, anyone who pisses him off. He will just absolutely maul them. He'll use dirty, nasty little tricks like that, little biting moves. He'll do whatever it takes to get a win.
The systematic beatdown from Pete Dunne. He's prepared for this match very well as he locks in a figure four leg lock there. And the thing about Pete Dunne, he has that brutal, sadistic side. We saw it there with the the biting of the fingers, but he's also a very accomplished technical wrestler.
I think without one, the other doesn't really mean much.
Oh my god, I don't know what Pete Dunne's just done there. Just the scraping of the feet across the face of Cesaro, but he's definitely drawn blood.
You might say, what has done just done?
I think that's a cut across. I don't know if it's the nose or by the eyes of Cesaro, but either way, I am concerned for the well-being of the Swiss Superman.
I mean, he's being cut rather like one of his country's own patented army knives. I mean, he's just being sliced open by Pete Dunne here. He's giving him no space to breathe, no time to recover himself. I mean, another thing you notice that's interesting is there's such a height difference. There's a whole head of height.
Look at the pure technique of Cesaro as he hits the UFO. Not really going to get much in the way of the pinfall there, but that has disorientated the Englishman. As Cesaro now, he was looking for the sharpshooter, but Dunne, he was wise to it. He knew it was coming.
I think a devastating maneuver like that is always going to shift the momentum your way, regardless of whether you get the pinfall out of it or not. That's just almost an added bonus. Anytime you can manage to throw your opponent for a loop like that, you've got to take it.
And there's the big knees now from Dunne, stunning Cesaro once again. And once again working on the arm of Cesaro. Oh no, Dunne! Oh, he might have broken his arm! He may have just broken the arm of Cesaro there.
Oh, and you could just hear the crack. We heard it there on the announce table. Just that snap of the bone. It's just sickening. It makes you sick. Disgusting from Pete Dunne. But you don't really expect anything less from someone as brutal as him.
We talked about the sadistic nature of Pete Dunne, and he's showing that in full effect here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's living up to the reputation and then some. I mean, just look at the way he hammered his head without any hesitation into the turnbuckle there. It was just his brain must be rattling around the inside of his toy.
Oh no! And now Dunne, he's bending the fingers backwards, trying to snap the fingers of Cesaro, and a brutal knee strike to the back of Cesaro, taking away any strength that Cesaro had. But of course, if you break the fingers, it doesn't matter how strong Cesaro is, he can't lift you up. He can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think people forget how absolutely agonising it is to have fingers break in two like that. I mean, I don't think there's any man, no matter how tough, no matter how big he is, could continue through just sheer pain like that. Even Cesaro would be hard pressed not to just give up, not to submit straight away. But that's what Pete Dunne loves. I don't even think it's just a strategic move for him. He gets off on it. He loves making people suffer, seeing people squirm in agony. That's Pete Dunne's joy. It's his pride and joy in the WWE.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Majima. He just enjoys it. That's all this is about. But Cesaro now hitting back with the uppercuts, but Dunne turns it around. I think Cesaro went to the well one too many times there when it came to the uppercuts.
Yeah. I think maybe he let his emotions get the better of him there. He just wanted to dish out some pain to Pete Dunne. But you've got to be smart when you're against someone as wily and crafty as Dunne. You've got to not let your emotions, not let your head get muddled at all, or else you're going to get seriously punished for it.
Cesaro returning the favour a little bit there, stomping on the arm of Pete Dunne, and now trying to make Dunne tap out, but it's not going to be that easy.
And I think you've really got to wear someone like Pete Dunne down. You've got to get him down to basically nothing, no energy, no strength left before you're going to get
Cesaro.
The submission.
Cesaro looking for the Scotch style neutralizer, but he's not going to be able to connect with it on this occasion. Pete Dunne needs to be careful not to let his sadistic nature get in the way and cost him this match. He needs to end it while he's in control.
But on the other hand, I think the benefit of that sadistic nature is, even when you're indulging it like Pete Dunne is, it does wear your opponent down. It does make it very hard for your opponent to recover because they're in waves upon waves of cramping, crippling pain. It's very hard to wrestle when you're in a wretched condition like that. You know, it makes it hard to do anything, let
Oh,
alone
now he's
hitting
raking
moves.
the eyes as well. Raking the eyes and the face of Cesaro, and a stomp to the back of the head. Oh my god, the referee might need to end this one. It's been so brutal. It's been so physical.
I'm surprised that referee hasn't brought his lunch up. To be honest, I mean, it honestly makes you sick just to watch it from the monitor, from your television screens. Look, I'd get your children to bed for this one. This is absolutely devastating. It's brutal.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a moment and point out Cesaro's like body damage.
Yeah, I mean, it lines up with what we've seen tonight. Put it that way. Cesaro does not have a body. He's become disembodied because Pete Dunne has given him that bad of a beating. His soul has left his body, and is now looking at his broken, crumpled form on the mat and just crying and shaking and
I think
sobbing.
that's right. I think that's right, and I think Pete Dunne's he is done with this. He's finished playing with his food, so to speak, and he hits the bitter end. And I think that's surely got to be it for Cesaro, and it is.
And it really was to the bitter end for Pete Dunne there, and for Cesaro. I mean, he finished.
See the little nod of the head there from Dunne. I don't know if he was laughing or maybe Cesaro's earned a bit of respect from him tonight. But that was convincing from the bruiserweight.
I mean, maybe Pete Dunne's surprised. Most people wouldn't stick around the ring for that long with him. You can guarantee that much. On a more positive note, there was only one Ask replay angle there, so I think we're improving. I think camera crews are slowly learning the tricks of the trade.
Maybe.
Yeah, that was hard to watch at times, not because of any lack of technical prowess in the ring, but I mean it was just. I mean, I couldn't tell at times if I was watching a wrestling match or just bar brawl. I mean, a backstreet fight. That's what it felt like in moments in that match there. It was just absolutely devastating. It was destructive from Pete Dunne, and he's put himself right at the top of the minds of everyone watching on Friday nights here on SmackDown.
I think it says a lot that for all the Extreme Rules matches we've had, and the TLC and Hell in a Cell match we saw, and the pay-per-view, that might be the most brutal of the lot.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I think if you put Sheamus and Pete Dunne in a ring, I think legalised assault would be the phrase that comes to mind. Not suitable for television might be another one. Court case, that's another one. No, it was brilliant to watch, but horrible to watch at the same time. That's the only way you can put it, really.
Well, no, suffice it to say that is an impressive debut for Pete Dunne.
Absolutely.
Well, we're going to take you now live to Bianca Belair, who has an address to make. This is actually going to be coming live from Bianca Belair's home, as she is still recovering from the beatdown that she suffered at the Backlash pay-per-view. Cut to a live feed. Bianca, she says, I want to thank all the fans, everyone in the WWE universe who's been contacting me, checking I'm okay. It really means a lot to know that so many people care and are concerned about me. I was knocked out of it a fair bit in the match against Bayley, and by the end of it, I was in no fit state to compete. But the medical team, they've been really good. They've taken care of me, and I'm well on the road to recovery. I'll be back in that SmackDown ring soon, where I am still gonna be the biggest star of the SmackDown Women's Division. And Bayley, I promised you the biggest ass kicking of your life at Backlash, and it didn't go to plan. But when I finally get my hands on you, and I return the favour, and leave you a broken mess in the middle of the ring, and pin you 1, 2, 3 before going on to claim my right as SmackDown Women's Champion, I promise you now, it is going to be the sweetest feeling I will have ever felt in my career. And that is a promise. Clearly Bianca Belair not done with Bayley. It was an okay promo. I guess.
Yeah,
I guess it was okay.
I liked it.
Okay, well that's going to bring us to our main event this week. It's going to be tag team action. See Randy Orton and Seth Rollins teaming up against Big E and Kevin Owens. And the question is, who do I play as in this match? Well, first is the man who came very close last week to becoming the Universal Champion.
The following contest is a tag team match.
And I think if he had won that Universal Championship, no one could have any complaints.
It was a very physical, competitive match last week. Both men would have deserved to win it, but of course there can only be one champion. And at the end of last week, it was still Roman Reigns. Randy Orton's search for that elusive 15th World Championship continues. But he won't let that phase him. He's not going to worry about that. He knows that if it were that easy, everyone would be a 15-time World Champion. Randy Orton still well on track to become only the third 15-time World Champion in history. He'll get other opportunities down the line, I'm sure. But tonight, he returns to a couple of familiar faces.
Yeah. I mean, that man has aura, that man has presence. Until the day he hangs up those boots, laces them up for the last time, he'll be at the top and he'll get opportunities again and again and again. That's the kind of wrestler. That's the kind of personality he is.
Well, of course, this man about to make his entrance here is no stranger to Randy Orton. They've teamed up previously here on SmackDown. In the more distant past, they have had fantastic matchups against each other. In fact, these two delivered one of the what is up there as one of the great WrestleMania moments, and definitely the greatest RKO of all time.
Oh yeah.
When Seth Rollins went for the curb stomp and Randy Orton threw him up using nothing but his own neck power and delivered an RKO. If you've never seen that, I would definitely recommend checking that out. It's a moment in time.
Oh, you have if you care at all about this great sport that we love so much, you have to see that. It is an absolutely iconic moment. You see it once, you never forget it. And just the fact that someone as experienced and clinical as Randy Orton, finishing matches quick, getting it done in a consummate fashion. He's celebrated like a kid in that ring for a solid minute or two because he knew how absolutely priceless that was. He knew he'd made a WrestleMania moment to never forget, and it was a moment.
I think it's a perfect. It's perfectly describes how iconic that moment is. That Seth Rollins was the man of the receiving end, and he wouldn't change that for the world. He thinks that moment is as great as the rest of us.
Oh yeah. I mean, you heard the crowd. They were absolutely. I mean, they weren't electric. They were nuclear when it happened. All on their feet. Not one person sat down. Just incredible. It was just absolutely fantastic.
There's definitely a mutual respect between Orton and Rollins. Now, Kevin Owens is still yet to pick up a victory on SmackDown. It's eating away at him, it's bugging him, it's keeping him up at night. He thought he had it last week in the tables match, but one slip up allowed Rollins to deliver a powerbomb through the table, and Owens is still winless. He is as far away from a shot at the Universal Championship as he could possibly be.
Yeah.
And maybe tonight is the night where he starts to climb the rungs of that ladder. Well, he's got help tonight. This is a tag team contest, and making his first appearance since the Montreal screw job went down.
Just
Big E.
perhaps as iconic as a certain other moment involving Randy, but for all the wrong reasons. And I think Big E would probably take this one back if he had the opportunity. Just a sneaking suspicion.
Well, I've actually spoken to Big E since then, and he's telling me that he has great respect for our WWE officials. To be honest, I don't understand why. I think they're all useless. But Big E, he agrees with me on this occasion. He says the referee got it wrong. He says Randy Orton kicked that table with his own foot, and that the match should have continued because, of course, putting yourself through a table does not count to the end of a match. The referee got it wrong, says Big E, so he saw it as Big E's foot being put through the table by Orton, and that counted to end the match. Well, Big E, he would love another shot at the Viper, but Orton's not going to be so keen to give him that opportunity as we get this one underway.
Yeah, you can almost imagine Big E screaming in Owens' ear, shake my hand, hit me, let me at him. But I think Owens is never going to pass up an opportunity to get a shot at the man who just got edged for the Universal Championship the other week on SmackDown.
Oh, nice catch there by Owens, who turns it into a nice backbreaker. Well, as this main event gets underway, who is the favourite?
Oh yeah, I think not just on the record, but also on the matches that we've already seen between these competitors in singles and tag competition, has to be Seth Rollins and Randy Orton.
I think it's very fair assessment.
But one of the joys of this sport is that it's unpredictable. You can write things down on paper, you can analyse all day, every day of the week, but you'll never know what's going to happen inside the squared circle. You'll never know what's going to happen inside that ring. That's the joy of it, and perhaps we will see some very special moments and something to shock the world tonight.
Owens going to give Big E his chance to get at Orton. Orton sees it coming and immediately tags out to Rollins.
Smart move by the Viper. Really, really wily, using all of his craft there, all of his experience to recognise a bad situation and bail out of it as soon as possible.
Well, there's the question that perhaps Randy Orton might be scared of Big E. Maybe that he's awoken a fire within the former WWE champion, and that Big E is more dangerous than ever and he doesn't want to have to deal with the consequences. Personally, I don't think I've ever known Randy Orton to be afraid of a fight. If anyone's going to do it, maybe Big E is the one.
Yeah, I mean, I know he talks a lot about the power of positivity, and he is a supremely positive, good, nice guy. One of the nicest in the world of wrestling anywhere. But when he gets you in his sights, when he gets it into his head that he's had enough, he can absolutely run rampant over you any day of the week. And I think Big E, after the Montreal screw job, I think he's had just about enough of the Viper.
Big E begging for Orton to get the tag, and he does, and he's not going to waste any time. Taking the fight to Randy Orton. That's a big shot.
Here they come. Oh, it's getting on tonight.
Big E just dumping Orton. Dead centre in the middle of the ring, rebounds off the rope, and that's the big splash! That could be it. No, it won't. Not on this occasion. Orton too wily, too experienced to lose out to that. And there's the viciousness of Big E. When the bell rings, the Big E, the nicest man possibly in all of wrestling, he's not afraid to throw down with the best of them.
He might be a nice guy, but when he gets in that ring, he damn sure knows how to be mean. and he's not going to spare one drop of kindness for Randy Orton. The Viper is about to get a taste of his own blood-curdling venom here tonight.
Now Rollins letting Big E get the tag, and here comes Kevin Owens. These two have squared off in the last few weeks. Rollins getting the victory on both occasions. You know, Owens would love nothing more than to get a victory over the Friday Night Messiah.
Absolutely, and I think Rollins wanted Owens just then. I mean, he's delayed so much. I mean, Big E was prone on the ground. He was crawling. He was completely out of it, and he waited for him to hit Owens' hand, and then Rollins just got at it. He's absolutely ran into Kevin Owens. He's hitting him everything here. It's unbelievable. Never seen anything like it.
Rollins, not one to overexert himself, does tag in the Viper. Randy, he's lining him up. We don't see this move too often. Punt kick! Nearly taking off the head of Kevin Owens right off his shoulders. And now Rollins back in to pick up the pieces.
God, I think KO lived up to his name there. I'll say that much. I wouldn't be surprised if he was knocked out cold for the rest of the night by that one.
Owens went to the top rope, and he is gonna get all of that one. I didn't think he would, but he did get the missile drop kick. Oh, Rollins moves out of the way of the running senton.
Yeah. I think with that drop kick, Rollins just was a bit arrogant. He delayed just a little bit too long, and that let Owens absolutely nail him in the face. I mean, it was a devastating blow. I think a concussion is the best case you could hope for when you get absolutely battered in the head like that. His skull's just
Owens
broken
went to the top rope again. Owens was ready for it. Rollins! Pedigree! And Owens is in a bad way here.
Oh, he's in trouble.
I don't know if Owens kicked out or if Big E got the break, but one way or another, this match is still going. And now it's a brawl in the middle of the ring.
Yep. I mean, I'd say the ref ought to disqualify some.
Well, a little bit of order has been restored as there's a big DDT.
I mean, for Big E, their order consisted of crawling out the ring quick enough to not get an absolute beating off of Seth Rollins. But I think, to be fair, KO had him covered.
Every time Owens goes to the top rope, I think he might be looking for that frog splash. Rollins is able to sense it coming and he gets back to his feet.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't... I mean, if Kevin Owens was a GPS, he'd have to be retired. Nowhere near.
Oh, he's going to get it that time.
Let's see this when my feed catches up. Oh, yeah, he nailed him with that one.
Again, Orton breaks it up, but now Big E and Orton brawling to the outside. Owens with a pop-up powerbomb.
Oh, that could be it. That could be it. Is it gonna be?
Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens finally has a win on Friday nights.
And that wasn't, ladies and gentlemen, that was no fluke. There was no luck. He earned that one all by himself. He's bruised. He's battered. He's broken. Think how Seth Rollins feels.
That is a huge result for Kevin Owens. Thought the pedigree might have been it. But Big E does get the break on that. And it's the pop-up powerbomb that gets Owens his first W on the blue brand.
And I mean, I know he needed the help from Big E. I know that he hit a brilliant pop-up powerbomb. But Joe, what? To kick out of a pedigree pretty much in the middle of the ring like that, that shows what a top-class competitor KO is. I know it's taken him a while to get started, but once he's started, he's going to be damn hard to stop.
Okay, at least they picked the right main event.
You definitely picked that. That was a great main event. Fantastic main event. Really.
Ooh, I'm not going to lie. I think you're going to...
I don't know. I think I'm going to have at least one 2-star match. I think the mid-card will be 2 stars. Definitely.
Well, we're getting underway here on Monday nights. And Monday Night Manny teaming up with Joe against JBL and Kevin Nash, a rematch from last week. First of all, mention if there's anyone who's it you would like me to play as, and then provide your commentary on this.
I'd like you to play as Mansoor and Samoa Joe versus. We've had a few name suggestions for the tag team of JBL.
Sorry, just before you get into that, because it's a tables match, who in particular do you want me to take?
Oh, I'd like you to take Mansoor, please.
Okay. Sorry, proceed.
Thank you. We've had a few name suggestions for the team of JBL and Kevin Nash. We've had the semi-serious. So we've had Brad Knife after obviously that devastating finishing maneuver from Kevin Nash, jackknife powerbomb. We've had Big Stetsy after the lovely fetching Stetson hat that JBL wears, and then we've had one smart-ass viewer called in and requested Geriatrics Protection Agency. Speaking of protection, they've actually supposedly gone into protective police custody after that one. Sending you well wishes, Paul from Mississippi. If you're still alive next week, feel free to call into the hotline. But regardless, they might need some protection of their own tonight, because going up against one of the most brutal men probably in the world, let alone in wrestling, Samoa Joe, and one of the most high-flying, entertaining, no-holds-barred competitors in the history of this sport, the king of Monday nights, Monday Night Money, Mansoor. It's going to be tough.
Joe,
it's not going to be
prepared
easy.
for this one.
He is. He really
We
is.
saw how easily he got the win last week. I would highly doubt that we'll be seeing a similar scenario tonight. However,
for the sake of both JBL's career and my programming, I sincerely hope so. You can't predict this business, but you can hope. You can hope.
Mansoor came inches away from capturing the WWE Championship at Backlash.
I mean, speaking of unpredictability, I think a lot of people would have written this man off. A lot of people would have said he doesn't have what it takes. He doesn't have that special quality, that star power. Those people right now will be sitting at home on their couches eating their words. This guy is something special. He is absolute, pure Monday Night Money. He is talent personified. He is Mansoor.
Well, last week's match was so short that we didn't even get to see the 5 moves of doom from Kevin Nash.
We didn't.
Which tells you all you need to know about that.
We saw 2 moves of doom from Kevin Nash and 1 move of doom from Samoa Joe.
And that 1 move of doom was more impactful than all 5 of Kevin Nash's put together.
Pretty much. I think the only way he could have made Kevin Nash feel more irrelevant is if he'd powerbombed or jackknifed JBL through that table. That might have done the trick. But you have to say, for all the criticisms you can have of this founded, he does have that star power that we look for every single week in every single guy who steps into that ring. Every man who steps into the squared circle. We want them to have something special, something unique. And as much as you can criticize his skills in that ring, outside of them, I mean, he's really got it. He's always had it. But even at his advanced age, business, he's still got something extra, that special, undilutable, immeasurable quality that makes a man a great wrestler.
Well, I would actually like to congratulate Kevin Nash, because last week he actually set a personal record by getting through that match. It's his longest ever stretch on WWE television without tearing his quads. So I'd just like to congratulate Kevin Nash for that. And we got the limo this week!
We got the limo! And we got the
got
money!
the limo.
We got the money!
We got the money!
The limo money! The money limo! Look at how gassed the crowd are. They've never been this gassed for any other match because it's raining. At least I know that I have good fans, loyal fans at this brand. But anyway.
Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. People go to Raw. because they paid them to.
Exactly. Call us.
Oh, he's doing the dance again!
Isn't he? Oh, listen.
He's done the fucking dance. JBL, he's smooth into the ring.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The man with the greatest entrance in MyGM, apparently.
I mean, he genuinely does. Like, I'm not capping. There's no cap. There's Stetson, but there's
I'm
no
actually,
cap.
I'm actually upset at how much I like this entrance.
It's so good. It's not only is it really funny and cool, it's just quintessentially JBL. Like, he's an arrogant prick. He comes in some ugly ass limo, and it rains money. Like, it's perfect. You couldn't have made an entrance that's more quintessentially disgustingly rich white man who is a massive prick and no one loves him. But he has money, so you know.
Well, JBL calls himself the wrestling god, but last week that wrestling god fell from the heavens and crashed through a table at the hands of Samoa Joe.
He called himself the wrestling god, and Samoa Joe showed us the benefits of last week.
The benefits? Oh man, I can't believe Discord cut out the worst time. The benefits of
Atheism.
Oh.
Just Samoa Joe single-handedly ended religion last week.
Oh my god, that's a super kick to Kevin Nash.
Wow.
Right out of the gate.
Oh, I was hoping it would have been Kevin Nash that hit the super kick, but that's not in his patented 5 moves, so I don't know why I'm surprised.
I don't think Kevin Nash is physically capable of hitting a super kick.
I think he would probably tear his quads and his hamstrings and probably tear his fucking biceps if he'd manage it. But he'd move his arms to get him to tear all of his arm muscle to hit the super kick. Also, we have a special announcement for our next pay-per-view match, the main event. It's going to be Vince McMahon versus Kevin Nash in a quad rules match. First competitor to tear their quad is officially the loser.
Don't start memeing. People will think you're being serious.
Not gonna lie, it would make me piss myself with laughter if Vince just tore his quads in the entrance and Nash is just like, do I celebrate or do I start wrestling? That would be incredible.
We've just glossed over it there, but what a manoeuvre that was from Mansoor, from the top rope to the outside.
Oh yeah, and that's just that is his specialty. But he does it. Not only does he do it so much better than everyone else, he's so consistent with it. I mean, you very rarely see him miss a move at the top rope. It's like his second home. It's like his special place, that top rope. He loves it up there. JBL just joining Kevin Nash's club of I can step over rope too, Daddy. The club. Maybe Kevin Nash will also be joining the I can get powerbombed through a table in an embarrassingly short time club. That's my second favourite club. Although JBL, it's a bold move for him to bring a table in that ring. I respect him. I don't know if I respect him for having such a strong mentality, or I should laugh at him for having such a bad memory. Because Samoa Joe got that table, and I was scared for JBL. He bailed out of that ring very quickly to get another table. Lol, I was kidding.
And that cutter from Mansoor, leaving JBL thrown in the middle of the ring.
And I tell you what, I thought the table was going to snap there. I was seriously concerned for the big man from the south. I was seriously worried. I mean, they seem to have run out of steam very quickly. They've raced in there. They've raced in there trying to sort of make up for the absolute mockery of last week and the way they lost that match. And they were both prone on the ground for an awful long time there. I just wonder if there's a fitness issue for these two men. I mean, I know Kevin Nash is pretty much known for quad mania nowadays. It's table mania in that ring at the moment. But you're a bit worried for JBL. I mean, is his age getting the better of him? Can he still go right now? I mean, last week we didn't really get much of an opportunity to see what he's capable of. But right now, it's hard to tell which way this is going to go for these two veterans.
Mansoor to the top, looks for the moonsault. but Nash able to move out the way. I don't think I've ever seen Kevin Nash move so fast as there's a big
Yeah.
from JBL.
I think he's been woken up by the fact that Mansoor just picked him up like he was a children's toy, like a teddy bear, and just dropped him on his knee. I mean, that was... I know he sort of skipped over that when he went to the top rope, but that was incredibly impressive from Mansoor. I mean, it's just... He makes it look so easy, so effortless in that ring. It's really...
No, it's a 2-on-1 mugging of Samoa Joe here.
Oh yeah, I mean, he, as tough and as brutal a man as he is, as brilliant a competitor as Samoa Joe is, he's not Scott Steiner, he's not the world's greatest competition. He can't make up that numerical advantage. And he needs Mansoor back in that ring. And there he is.
Samoa Joe with an Achilles tendon lock now on JBL. Not going to get the job done, but if your opponent can't walk,
They can't wrestle.
To put you through a table.
It's like Sun Tzu once said, he who cannot walk cannot wrestle. I think. I didn't read The Art of War. I mean, I read a summary on Google. But I'm sure he probably mentioned that at some point. I'm sure Kevin Nash has taken those words to heart. They didn't do much.
I do not like the positioning of that table.
Yes. I mean, it looks rather like he's trying to fire that table at the crowd over in the corner, rather than use it as a weapon in this match. I mean, that table's ready to go any minute. It's like a Robin Hood set over there. Very bizarre, unorthodox use of the table from Samoa Joe, but if there's anything you can say Samoa Joe's not, it's orthodox. When Kevin Nash ruined it. And wherever I heard that sentence before.
I was to say that sounds very familiar.
Yeah. See WCW with Nash as head booker, basically whenever, any week.
Oh, Nash just mocking Mansoor on the outside of the ring now.
I tell you what, I think Nash and JBL have really, if you ignore the really unnecessary showboating, not a good tactical move from Kevin Nash, but if you ignore that, I mean, you've got to say they've got a winning strategy here going. They're dividing and conquering right now. They're isolating Samoa Joe in the ring because that's where that's the only way they can take away the danger of that man, is by giving him a numerical disadvantage, and they're leaving Mansoor just crippled on the outside. If he can't get up, he can't help his partner out of trouble. It's genius, really, from Big Sexy and JBL. I mean, maybe we can call JBL. Maybe we give JBL a bit slightly nicer nickname. We can call him Medium Large Sexy. That's got a nice ring to it.
Medium rare.
medium
what
rare
a
sexy.
right hand from JBL.
Texy.
What a right hand from
I would call him Tex Mexy, but I feel like he'd probably beat the crap out of me. We all know how he feels about, their southern neighbours. Anyway, they changed it up a little bit. They got Joe back out of the ring that time, which I think the problem is that Mansoor doesn't have. Samoa Joe's got a much better reservoir of stamina than Mansoor, so I think they need to, if they want to get success out of this match, they need to pick on Mansoor a little bit more. Maybe not sporting.
There from JBL.
Maybe not sporting, but it's a good tactic.
Just become a bit of a one-on-one match here.
Well, that was a devastating headbutt from. I mean, a lot of the wrestling here is falling to JBL and Samoa Joe. I mean, Kevin Nash and Mansoor, they're both great competitors, but they spent a lot of time on the outside.
Big clothesline from JBL as the last thing that Samoa Joe wants to be dealing with.
There's been so many moments in this match where a wrestler's body has just absolutely flipped out of control and just away from that table.
Oh my god!
Oh no. Oh Jesus.
Wait, what?
What?
What the fuck is going on?
What? Samoa Joe just wore that table like a hula skirt. Okay, so
No.
do you know what?
Game Joe lost.
Do you know what? There's so much to pick apart here. I feel like I'm fucking analysing War and Peace. But okay, first of all, Samoa Joe is the first man in tables history to win a match by losing. Secondly, he literally became he became one with the fucking table, guys. He wore that table like a fucking hula skirt. He wore it like an accessory. He made that table an item. Third, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck was that? Am I allowed to reverse a match decision? Is that a feature in this mode? Because I think I have to. I legally am required to call out my referee on his fucking clown ass bullshit. I'm gonna make that motherfucker walk out to the ring next week. I swear to God, I'm gonna make him walk to the ring next week with a nice, black and white striped a shirt and fucking clown shoes, a big horn, a big fucking green wig, and face paint, because that motherfucker is a circus act. He's a walking circus. He is not a clown. He's the entire circus. And I'm not paying that cunt's wages for one more fucking week until he gets his shit together and sorts his fucking life out. Because I'm fucking done with it. I'm fed up, bro. This fucking guy is blinder than a bat with cataracts. This guy's blinder. He's blinder than Mike Dean. When he sees the reflection of his own bald ass shiny fucking head, and it blinds him in his eyes. I'm fucking done with this guy's bullshit. He's fired, and then I'm going to rehire his ass so I can fire this again. And then I'm going to take him to court and sue him for his inane fuckery. I don't know if that's a legal term. I will make it a legal term, because this guy needs to never work in wrestling ever again. You've heard of the 5 moves of doom? Now get ready for the 5 calls of doom. This guy doesn't even have 5 calls of doom. He has like 2 calls, and his 2 calls are, "Oh, that man went through the table. I think that means he wins. I think that's the stipulation of a table match." And then the other call is just, "Oh, well, he went through the table, and the match has gone on for like 2 minutes. I'm just going to call it." What a fucking jackass. What a fucking clown. What a loser. What a loser. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I'm disgusted. I'm absolutely disgusted. I'm so sorry. If I had any money, I would but I don't, so I'm just going to sue this man into oblivion. I'm going to tie this man up in so much red tape. He's going to look like the Ruby Dominatrix, bro. I'm going to destroy this man's career, and then I'm going to destroy his life. Then I'm going to take his wife, and then I'm going to bury him. Not like verbally. I'm going to physically bury this man under like 20 foot of dirt, and then write on his tombstone, "Here lies the most brain-dead referee in wrestling history." And then I'm just going to write like whenever this loser was born, like probably like yesterday, because he's that fucking stupid. And then I'm going to write the date of death, and then I'm going to piss on his grave, and then I'm going to leave. And then I'm going to hire a new referee who can actually ref a fucking match. Okay, I'm done.
Oh my god!
I can't believe this.
That was like General White tier.
That actually was. I would have shouted if there weren't other people in the house. I would have been like popping off and calling this guy like the most brain dead man in human history. Like, this guy's the General Custer of referees. No one will get that reference. But he's the General Custer of referees. He really is.
I get a reference, and I don't like it.
It's not a reference to what you're thinking. It's a gaming. It's not a gaming reference.
I still don't like it. But so here's what we're gonna do. Majma and I are gonna go away after the stream. We're going to dissect the ending of that match, and next time we're going to tell you exactly why Joe won that match.
Yeah, we're going to dissect the ending of that match, and then I'm going to dissect the fucking referee. But yes, we will do that. I'm very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is unprecedented, probably in wrestling history. I'm sorry for the shoddy programming you've had to watch tonight. I'm very sorry. Anyway, Braun Strowman, after he's finished pissing himself laughing, is going to cut a promo on Mansoor.
Yes, because that's the big takeaway from that match. Mansoor.
So Braun Strowman comes out to the ring and he's on the fucking Monday Night Magic show, Manny. I've never seen anyone both win a match and lose a match, but you continue to surprise me. But what doesn't surprise me is that you got lucky in that match, because that's all you've done your entire career in the WWE is get lucky again and again and again. But when you come up against me, when I nail you into that ground and bury you 6 feet under after I've snapped you into a million pieces in that ring, you're not gonna feel so lucky, punk.
Short and sweet. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not sweet. Quite the opposite.
It was quite
The question
sour.
is- yeah, stinks of sour grapes, to be honest. But the question
Yeah.
is, does it get a good rating? Why does that get an excellent?
Well,
What the fuck?
I mean, in the game and out the game, it really wasn't. We take those. We take those.
Well,
I think the game felt sorry for me.
it's giving back after it stole from you in that match.
Oh.
Okay, well, it's time for women's division action. First up, Majma, who am I playing as in this one?
Gosh, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. I think I want you to play as. I want you to play as Alexa Bliss, please.
Okay, then. Okay, then, as the Raw General Manager, introduce us to this match. Bring us into this match. What would you like to impart? In what knowledge would you like to impart on us as the audience?
Well, no, we've had a mix of matches here on Monday Night Raw. We've had matches that are hard-hitting brawls, absolute slugfest, slobber knockers. We've had matches that are just pure spectacle, pure occasion. Just, matches you don't remember the individual moves, but you remember the moments. But this, with these two competitors in the ring, Alexa Bliss and Asuka, it's going to be an absolute masterclass, a technical masterpiece for the ages, in my opinion. Not only do these two ladies have absolutely indomitable, completely unique personalities, but they have the fundamentals of this business down to an absolute capital T. And maybe they've been a bit unlucky so far. They haven't got, a lot of huge breaks. We have a fabulous women's division. Almost, sometimes it feels like it might feel like it's too good to get a look in. And it's hard to get to the top when a division is so strong as this women's division on Raw. But I want to give every competitor on Monday nights a chance to show their stuff. And this is some chance.
I tell you what, I can't argue with anything that my colleague has said there. These are two top tier talents, and I for one can't wait to see this one get underway. Two titans of not just the Raw Women's division, but just overall, just two incredible superstars. Both former champions, multiple time champions. They have both been there. They've both done it all. Both former SmackDown Women's Champions, both former Raw Women's Champions. Asuka, former NXT Women's Champion. Both women also former Money in the Bank winners as well. But tonight, on this night, we find out who is the better woman in this match. I tell you what, we talk about matches that are too close to call. I think this may well be one of them.
I think so. I mean, these are just both two. They are an example for every female wrestler, not just around this country, around the globe. They're just that good. When two competitors are so talented, you can say whatever you want. You can analyze the little details, the little things, but you can't call it. You can't split them down the middle like that. You wait, you see, and you enjoy.
Asuka there with the first big maneuver of this match, but it's not going to keep Bliss down for long. Bit of a fist fight so far. You have to wonder how long that's going to keep up. Bliss now rolling through, looking to steal a victory here, much like she did against Charlotte Flair in one of the early shows. Asuka able to get out of that one with relative ease, however. Of course, this is a stacked women's division on the Raw brand. Becky Lynch has been a dominant champion, but Charlotte Flair last week picking up a big win in that tables match.
That was a huge moment.
At the moment, this is... Well, I was going to say this match could be seen as a battle for third place at the moment, but you'd struggle even there. Candice LeRae with several big wins against Dana Brooke in recent weeks. It's just... this may very well be the most competitive division we have going at the moment.
I mean, it just shows, you know, it really puts paid to the idea that women's wrestling is, you know, a secondary thing. It's you know, it's gloss, and it adds a little bit of glamour to the men's. Here on Raw, we absolutely reject such ridiculous sentiments. To us, women's wrestling is every bit as competitive, every bit as technical, every bit as brilliant as the business the men do here on the Red brand. Honestly, the state of this women's division, as a manager, you can't ask for more. You can't be anything but absolutely satisfied with how brilliant a show that the competitors in this division put on every single week. And it's not even just one or two people, it's every single person in this division, to the point where incredible competitors like Alexa Bliss and Asuka, they're not even not even close to the championship picture. But everyone sees how superb they are, the talent they have. You know, it's like a dream for some a show to have that much wrestling brilliance at your disposal. It really is.
Well, Raw and SmackDown may not see eye to eye on many issues, as Bliss looking for the roll up here doesn't get it. We may not see eye to eye on a lot of things, and there's a lot of competition between the two. But both shows take great pride in our women's divisions.
Yeah.
As Asuka connects with the running hip attack,
I think that's
looking to finish this one early, and there she's got it, and she drops down. The Asuka lock is in.
It's there. I mean, this could be it. Early doors. This could be it.
This would be very impressive to get a victory at this early stage. As Bliss close to the ropes, that she's gonna just get out of that one.
It took a lot of effort, though. It took all of her energy to just break that hold. I mean, it's maybe not quite the the champion submission maneuver. I mean, we've all seen how absolutely devastating that is. It needs no words. The disarmer.
Disarmer of Becky Lynch.
But I mean, it's a close second. Don't get me wrong, it's a close second. I wouldn't want to be put in either of those submissions. Believe me. Also, I would want the ref to be put in both of those submissions, but that's the story. It's not the story.
Both those submissions, as well as the patented figure 8 leg lock of Charlotte Flair as well.
Yeah, and then all 5 of Nash's moves of doom, and then Samoa Joe can just, you know, call it. If it was an online video, we call it 1 Samoan, 3 tables, 1 brain dead ref. That says all you need to know.
Like to see the vicious side of Alexa Bliss break through here. Asuka going to need something big to get back in control of this one, as she drop kicks Bliss to the outside of the ring.
It's a beautiful, fabulous maneuver from Asuka. I mean, she makes it look like child's play, to be honest.
And there's an armbar on the outside of the ring. It won't count if Bliss submits, but it will still do the damage.
I think she's taken a lesson or two from the. But again, it's not quite. It's not quite at that level yet.
So taking a page or two from the
women's champion. I mean, it's not quite at that level yet, mind you, but no, it's very mightily impressive. And again, it shows what a great wrestler you are when you can just you can think, I'm going to add a new move to my repertoire, a new submission, and you can just do it with ease. It looks like she's been doing it her entire career, her whole life. That's the talent of Asuka on display right there.
Alexa Bliss looking to mock Asuka there, and she's going to suffer for it with the running hip attack as Asuka looks for the Asuka lock again. And this time, slips in behind, centre of the ring, she's going to get it on this one.
This could be dangerous. This could be
It
dangerous.
could be dangerous, and Bliss is out. Bliss is out. Asuka with a very impressive victory in this one.
I mean, I think everyone who's seen her rates can do, but Asuka, she dominated her there. There's no other word for it. She went out determined to win, and by God, did she get a victory.
Well, we've got a score to settle between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, but whoever comes out the victor in that one, watch out, because Asuka is just around the corner. And the question is, Becky Lynch or Charlotte Flair, are you ready for Asuka?
When I know Becky Lynch was pushed by Asuka, and I know she got the win, but this is an Asuka who's looking even more fearsome than the one who took it to the women's champion. It's a frightening prospect to face the Empress right about now. Yeah, I did think this would be a 2-star.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
It's disappointing, but in the game, it makes sense. First match.
Yeah, like you know, it's going to happen from a gameplay perspective.
Oh
but
yeah,
it's still you still hate to see it.
You still feel a slight tear roll down your eye, but that's how it is. I mean, my face is looking like Asuka's, right? Put it that way. Oh, now this is going to be something very, very special. I mean, this is going to be must-watch wrestling. It's Jake Roberts cutting a promo on the Irish Destroyer, the Gaelic Gutter, Sheamus. I tell you what, and he's come out to the ring. He's sort of taken his time. You know, he's in no rush, no hurry to speak his mind and say his piece. And he puts that bag with Damien just to the side out the ring. Just drops it, but reminds everyone it's there, you know. Reminds everyone of the little trump card, the ace up. And he has that old glimmer, that glint in his eye, that glint of evil, of hatred, and of joy. And he picks up the mic, Jake the Snake, and he says, "You know, Sheamus, I've been watching you these last few weeks on Monday Night Raw, and I was waiting for a call. I was waiting for my opportunity. And now, I got it. And I looked all around on Monday nights, every man in the WWE, and I want you. And I know there's maybe people who are better in the technicals, better in the submissions, the grapples, the holds, strikes, but there's no one in the world who beats another man into dust like you." And I know what you're thinking right now. Just some old timer, just some washed up nobody. Some clown spends half his time staring at the bottom of the barrel and the bottom of a bottle. And you think you're tough because you get hit by a chair, by a table, by a kendo stick. But I got hit by life, and it hurt me like hell. But the thing about life is, when it comes back around, it can give you a damn case of whiplash. And your neck is going to be more than sore these next few weeks. So when you get all this other stuff with this kid from Japan out your system, just know, when you're deep and dark in bed at night, when you hear a voice in the corner of your mind that leaves you turning at night, just know, Sheamus, I'll be waiting for you.
chills. Literal chills there from Jake Roberts.
It's gonna be like a okay promo now.
That is a thoroughly deserved excellent rating on that promo.
Woo. Nice. That's what I was hoping for.
That brings us on to our main event. It's an Extreme Rules match. Who am I taking in this one?
No, I thought long and hard about this. I think because A, it'll be a challenge, and B, I want to see this man get his moment, get his leg up in the Raw men's division. So I want you to take the King, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay then.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's hero versus villain. It's emperor versus king. It's bruiser versus fighter. And most of all, it's Celtic pride versus strong style. And no matter what happens in that ring tonight, it's gonna be a damn fight. Because whenever it involves...
loves to fight.
Yep. I mean, I know Finley's a fan of a fight, but I don't think he can knock Sheamus for copywriting for it. Or stretching the truth on that one. I mean, we've seen it over weeks, week after week on Monday nights. He loves wrestling. He loves this business. He's been around the block. But the thing that Sheamus really loves most of all is blood, is violence, is pain, is agony, and is victory. The blood that pumps through this man's veins is red hot, and it is absolutely concerned with one thing: making a show out of destroying his opponent.
Well, I have to say, from my perspective, Sheamus arguably the MVP of Raw to this point, coming up against a foe who is in quite the opposite situation, is yet to truly get going. Very similar to Kevin Owens over on SmackDown, actually. Tonight is an opportunity for Nakamura to make his name at the expense of the Celtic Warrior.
Yeah, he's hit some real lows. It has to be said, he's hit some lows in his time on the Red brand on Monday nights. But the thing is about hitting lows is that the highs are not far behind. For this man, we all know it. Anyone who's followed this business for any length of time knows, beyond any doubt, that for this man the highs are absolutely stratospheric. Because when you use that strong style, when you're a master, when you are the king of it, like he is, when you get going, when you get on your game, there's pretty much no one who can stand in your way.
Few men can bring an arena to their feet quite like Nakamura by their sheer presence.
And we're lucky to have him here, because let's be honest, he could go anywhere in the world. He could go back to his home nation of Japan, he could go to Mexico, he could go to England, he could go elsewhere in America, and he would be a success. He'd be a success. He could be a success in his sleep, Shinsuke Nakamura. But we're privileged enough not only to watch him week in, week out on Mondays, but to watch him face off against someone who will bring out every drop of blood, sweat and tears that's in him. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the swing of things for the main event on Monday Night Raw, I would like to make a sudden announcement, because before this, as the GM, as the manager, as the man where the buck stops on Monday nights, I've been doing some thinking. I know we haven't seen the champion, the Prince of Perfection, styling and profiling AJ Styles. We haven't seen him for a number of weeks now, and I know a lot of you are probably where he is. You know, what's he doing? Why hasn't he come out, even just to speak, to give us a few words, to defend his belt? The trick is we've been waiting for the right moment and the right opportunity. Me and AJ and the whole men's division together. And I think from the sheer will, the guts, the determination, and the perseverance we've seen from the pride of Ireland, Sheamus. If he wins this match, it will be his time. If he wins this match, I can promise you, by our next pay-per-view event, he will have faced off against AJ for the WWE Raw Men's Championship.
Oh, that would be absolutely huge.
Oh yeah.
Nakamura, the first one to bring a weapon into the fray, but doesn't actually use it to take over control of this contest. Nakamura looking very impressive in the early goings as he drops Sheamus to his knees, delivering those kicks to the sternum and looking to follow up with a big knockout blow. You're not going to be able to keep Sheamus down for long like that. Sheamus hoists that. Oh my god, this has come out of nowhere. Sheamus with the Celtic cross. Or the high cross, sorry, I should say. And Nakamura laid out in the middle of the ring, just like that. Oh, Sheamus, why have you brought a ladder into play? Why is this necessary? Sheamus with an Irish curse. And a second one. And a third, the continuous backbreakers to the spine of the king.
And that's just it's hard to do strong style
Bro
when the
kick!
back is fucked.
A bro kick out of nowhere.
And your head and your neck. I guess he was listening to me.
And Nakamura gets the shoulder up.
I'll tell you what, how many people have we seen actually get out of that devastating kick? How many people have we seen get up from that? I think Nakamura, no matter the result, he deserves credit for that by itself. For God, just he took Sheamus down on the table there, on the ladder. Excuse me. I think he's just trying to wear Sheamus out the way he must be absolutely destroyed right about now.
Oh, the sheer confidence of Nakamura, telling Sheamus to bring it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think at this point it's just confidence by action. Mentally, I mean, I would have thought he stood up and he's looked one of the most devastating men in the WWE in the eye and just said, "I'm here, I'm ready. You're not going to get by me without a fight." And that kick was absolutely disgusting to watch. Nakamura will be loving every second of it.
There's no way to tell which way this one will go. But that big chair shot clocking Sheamus. That'd be a good indicator. Nakamura does well to move out of the way of that one and turn it into a nice arm drag.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect this at the start of the match, but Nakamura's got all the momentum now. It's totally in his favour, and he just has to do something. You know, he's raining blows down on Sheamus. You know, he's beating after beating, but that's not going to win him this match.
Oh, and that could be a turning point. Sheamus moves out of the way, and Nakamura goes careening into the ladder there.
Yeah, and as much as Nakamura's put on a brilliant showing, you almost felt it was inevitable. I mean, Sheamus is on such a roll, in this men's division. You just were waiting for the moment when he would strike back, take control away from the King of Strong Style.
Oh, Hang on a second. I don't know if there's a plan in mind or if Nakamura's growing frustrated. But he's taking apart the announce desk and he's telling Sheamus to bring it.
I think he's going to bring Sheamus to something else entirely. I don't like where this is going.
Oh no, what is Nakamura looking to do here?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Both men in a precarious position.
Don't do it, don't do it.
Nakamura! Oh my goodness! From the suplex position into the Uranage. Innovative offense from the King of Strong Style.
I tell you what, Sheamus has broken a few men in his time. I think he's got a taste of his own medicine right there.
Nakamura telling Sheamus to bring it, and Sheamus is going to bring the white noise.
How the hell is he still standing? In the name of God, is he still able to do anything, let alone a white noise?
And he follows it up with a deadlift powerbomb.
Oh my god, I can't.
Oh my goodness, Nakamura gets out of that at 1.
How the hell did you get out of that 1? Was he insane? Does he want to be crippled? Does he want to die?
Oh, and Nakamura dropped head first onto the chair.
God, I feel sick.
And Sheamus with a bro kick.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And Nakamura kicks out again. Kinshasa from Nakamura from out of nowhere.
Guys, I think I need to get some heart medication.
Oh my god, Sheamus kicked out.
He what? Are you
Sheamus kicked out of the Kinshasa.
Did the referee, you can tell me honestly, did the referee have a moment? There's no way he could have kicked out. There's no way.
I think that was the right call. I think
oh my god.
Sheamus genuinely got the shoulder up.
Well, there wasn't a table involved, so I'll believe it.
Well, you can see the frustration of Nakamura. He doesn't believe that was the correct call. Absolutely clocking the referee with that sledgehammer.
Oh, he's furious. He's absolutely furious. Do you know what? I knew people call him a villain, but that was a dirty, down low maneuver. That was a low thing to do from Nakamura. And do you know what? He could pay for it. I know it's an Extreme Rules match.
Oh! The inverted DDT, and I think Sheamus' head caught the sledgehammer. That one definitely did. The beat down from Nakamura again.
I've just seen that. I mean, that's... If he's able to walk after the end of this, I'll be surprised. I'll be seriously amazed right now.
Oh, and a very nice German suplex from King of Strong Style. Oh, and a knockout blow from Shinsuke.
I just don't know what's going to happen next. I can't call this. I don't know if I have the breath left to call this. I mean, I'm just... I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Lining Sheamus up. Kinshasa!
Oh, again. Oh my god. Again. Jesus Christ in heaven, I don't believe this.
Nakamura, what's he doing though? He's lining him up for another Kinshasa! 2 in a row!
Another one! That's 3, that's 3 Kinshasas.
Even Sheamus can't survive 3 Kinshasas in one night.
Sheamus could have called on Jesus himself and would have got the 1, 2, 3 after those 3 Kinshasas. I mean, I tell you what, I know there'll be disappointment on the end of the Celtic Warrior for missing out on what would have been a guaranteed title shot, but I don't even know if he's in the state to feel anything, let alone feel disappointment right now. I mean, his head's not spinning. His head is on its own axis. It's rotating. It's orbiting the rest of his body right now because of the feat, the power, the devastation of Shunsuke Nakamura. It's a 3.5 stars. Yes. Yes.
Guys, when I said it was a spoiler, I lied. Raw's won again.
You told me it was a spoiler, baby, but you only read the Wikipedia article. I saw the whole movie.
I think Nakamura's got a bruise under his eye.
I think Sheamus has got like 5 bruises on his brain in the same spot, and they're shaped like Shunsuke Nakamura's print.
Fucking knee, yeah.
His fucking knee, yeah. God.
Oh my word.
Nakamura just said, play Shinsasa games, win Shinsasa prizes. And the prize was severe brain trauma for Sheamus. I haven't finished my medical training, but I know enough to tell you that.
Oh my god, I've just seen it. Incredible. Fair play, my dude.
It's quite funny.
Alright, let's have a look at those ratings. Good booking. Your opener and main event were the highlights of your show as they should be. Focus on raising the quality of your matches for higher show results. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh no.
I pressed the wrong button. I skipped the match reports.
Oh no. Oh no.
But yeah. Alright, good night, Lily. See you later.
Good night, Lily.
Yeah, oh, sorry about that, Madge.
That's alright, it happens. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't apologise.
Okay, so let's see. SmackDown gains 45,000 fans. Oh, I made bank though. Let's go.
Yeah. You're good at making fucking money. You make so much money. Like, god damn. Damn. I make like £5 and you'll make like enough to feed a family for like 3 years. God damn.
Well, we didn't get the match reports, but we'll have a look at the show notes. Or rather the socials. Dark Catcher Friend says, anyone see SmackDown announce they let go of Silence? No big loss, I guess. Silence says, I'm sad to be leaving SmackDown. Not really sure what went wrong or why I wasn't part of their plans. Keyboard Disciple AU. Sasha Banks attacked Liv Morgan during the match. Things about to get worse. SmackDown House NA. Can't believe I just lost money on Kevin Owens breaking that losing streak. Wait, that guy bet on Kevin to lose again.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the WWE, we do not condone gambling in any form, unless you're betting on Spurs not to get top 4, in which case go for it.
Mysterious Rabbit 79. Sasha is such a natural at being the bad guy. Miss Artist 95. Big E and Kevin Owens have absolutely no chemistry as a tag team. Mean Clash RU. Bayley is the reason to watch SmackDown. Why doesn't she get a title match already? Mysterious Hillbilly 93 says, SmackDown, you need to give Randy Orton a break once in a while. Gonna force an early retirement if this keeps up.
I wouldn't mean an early retirement, but I see where they...
Stone Cold Man EU. Someone on SmackDown must really like Pete Dunne on almost every week.
Why did that?
That was his debut.
Why did that just make you think of like Stone Cold getting open like a can of Steve Weisers and just going, I'm Stone Cold and I voted against leaving the EU. Hell yeah! I don't know why that's the first thing I thought. At least the EU at the end.
Heart Foundation EU. Kevin Owens settles the score with Randy Orton.
Oh, you're joking. Not another one? Is that how they decided the referendum? Bret Hart just locked Stone Cold in a sharpshooter, and he was lead remain, and they were just like, okay, we've solved the referendum result now. Guys,
I think let's be honest, I'm pretty sure Raw's won this week, but it all comes down to the fan change. So let's have a look. Who wins this week?
Please, please.
I'm still second. That's fine. I would have had to have a 20,000 overturn. It was not going to happen.
Please, please. Please give me fans, please. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's... Damn. Oh, I made bank as well. I made money. I actually made money. Come on. Yes. Come on.
NXT Foundation ZZZ. Raw signed Jake the Snake Roberts. So cool. Grew up watching Roberts. Awesome to see him again.
Oh, that's sick. Oh, cool.
Super Hotel Universe. Good show tonight. #Raw. Heart Sharpshooter 94. Nakamura is such a natural at Extreme Rules matches. Need to see this more often. Oh no.
Holy fuck. Wait, they're both naturals at Extreme Rules. Oh my fucking god.
That's exactly why it's got 3.5 stars.
Bro.
Invincible Big Boot Friend. So King Nakamura finally snapped that losing streak. Maybe he's turned the corner.
Well, damn. I think I know my opener next week. Shit.
Badass Catcher 90. Asuka takes the match from Alexa Bliss. Could have gone either way. #Raw. Asuka, what did you think? Alexa Bliss was going to win today? I was always in control. Kevin Nash says Samoa Joe caught me on a bad day. It'll be a different story next time. In Your Fiend for Life says King Nakamura settles the score with Sheamus, loving this rivalry. #Raw. Hacksaw Street 93. Jake the Snake Roberts called out Sheamus tonight and knocked it out of the park. Just what the show needed. Massive Sensation 76. Sheamus and Nakamura going at it, and it's getting insane. And yeah, you also completed the commissioner goal, so there you go.
Nice.
Oh my god. That's a massive gap.
Let's have a look.
Oof.
Right, that is wow. Wow.
Alright, let's have a look at 2 weeks until payback. Liv Morgan. That loser Sasha attacked me during that last fight. I'm not going to stand for garbage like that. I want to settle things in the ring with her within the next 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
How far did that say we were from the pay-per-view?
I think it was 3 weeks. It might have been 2
So it's
weeks.
like-
Was it 3 weeks or 2 weeks? Yeah.
I think it said 2 weeks.
I think it was
It'd be
2
this week. It was this week, next week, and then it's the pay-per-view.
Good lord. Wow. Okay. Damn.
Seems reasonable, Liv.
Very fair request, yeah.
Good. You mess with Morgan, you pay the price. Okay. And Pete Dunne also wants to say, hey Bill, hey boss, I've been talking with McIntyre a lot lately, and he had this great idea that we should team up for a tag match. I think we'd actually make an awesome tag team. Can I convince you to take a chance with us and book us in a tag match in the next few weeks? But why do I have to make this decision now? Because I don't actually know what my plans are.
And it's a spanner. It's a good one, but it's still a spanner in the.
Reigns and McIntyre are at level 2, aren't they? I think they are. Sorry, Pete, I've got other plans for you and Drew. Oh, okay, guess we'll look forward to those other plans then. Small decrease to Pete Dunne's morale. I really would like to do that. I think that's a really good idea, but it's not happening. Quick look over what the case is. So, have a bit of a teaser for next week. Oh god, Bailey's now my second most popular superstar. And Pete Dunne's 5th. Oh man. we should move in. Couple of interesting choices.
Mm-hmm.
Legends. Picks. Something to think about for next time.
Definitely.
Barrel cards. And journal. Rest your current champions this week.
Does that include promos then?
I guess we'll have to see next week. So I'm obviously not about to start booking it and testing things out.
No.
Actually, no, because I can delete things. So let's try it.
Fair.
That includes promos.
Damn, that's a really tough one.
Yeah. I'll have to do some thinking on that. What's the reward for that? Injury rehab free. I mean, I don't need it. No.
Yeah, I guess it could come in clutch later, but yeah,
It could, yeah.
I mean,
But we want to be avoiding injuries in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, also like there's definitely better rewards.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll wrap it up there for tonight. My prediction did not come true. Raw has won again, but SmackDown is moving. I think we're moving in the right direction. I think that loss was not as devastating as the last couple of weeks. I am frustrated that run-in didn't increase the Sasha Banks Liv Morgan rivalry, but those are the breaks. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching tonight's stream. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back here with more MyGM very soon. Take care, everyone, and have a very good night.
Have a good night, everybody. See ya.